Okay, and we are back with more Half-Life Alyx. So, we've gone through the subway and we fought headcrabs, zombies, and barnacles. But there's one thing that we haven't fought yet, and that's obviously the Combine, which I believe we're probably about to experience in just a second if I have any memory of this place. So, this is where hard mode will truly be tested, and I'll see how well things turned out.
Dad, Russell?
No. Radio silence since he got on the train.
Damn it.
Well, the good news is he's probably fine.
How do you know that?
Because they're taking him to Nova Prospect to torture him. That's the torture place. So they're having to torture him before they get there. So he's fine. Logically speaking.
Logically speaking. Yeah, those head crabs, they take like 4 shots now apparently with hard mode. Which is a bit weird. Okay, so that's the only resin in this area. I feel like they would have had a bit of resin up in that area, but oh. How many weak points on you? You do, right? Or do you not? Oh, you really don't, do you? I probably could have been taken down in 3 shots, and I wasted a bullet. Oh no. Well, it is pretty dark under here. What is this? Another resin over here? Oh yeah, it is beeping. I guess I'll just jump through that small crack in the window. Apparently, that's what Alyx is capable of.
That there is a floppy disk.
50 free
You can store
games?
information on them, with magnets if you can believe it.
Huh.
Specifically, 2 micrometers magnetic iron oxide, 3 micrometers barium ferrite, 1.2...
Russell? How do you know all this?
I'm reading it here on my computer. I downloaded the internet before the war.
The internet.
Downloaded the entire internet.
Most of it.
Nice.
Yeah, it is.
The entire internet. Okay, I just want to make sure that this thing was still working. So we are still good to go. Yeah, let me go and put that in my hand pockets, apparently. That just makes total sense. Ooh. So we aren't exactly at the place where I thought we were, but I know that we're going to be getting there in just pretty soon. Wow, I'll just jump. I wanted to clear the glass, but the game was like, "Nope, you want to jump through." And I'm like, "Okay." I don't even need this. Like, I honestly do not need this, but I'm just gonna put there anyway, just so we can squish our little friend here. Yeah, okay. Like, I really don't need it, right? Yeah, that doesn't do anything. How about that developer commentary, huh? Kinda wondering where that is. Are we, you're not gonna get any until now? Ooh.
Russell, are you seeing this?
Possibly. Are you seeing floating garbage?
It looks like it's just cardboard.
Right. Well, seems harmless.
Yeah. Weird, though.
Pretty crazy. So what's weird about that is, like, there's really no point in, like, lining up the eye or anything like that. Kind of weird. Like, you'd think that there'd be some secret or something with lining up the eye, but there really is not. Really isn't anything like that. Hold on. So yeah, it's just kind of here just to, something in here? Nothing over here, though. I was just hearing a beep. Oh. Is that red? I think that's red. It's really hard to tell, but yeah, that does it.
What is that?
Oh, there's the developer commentary. I was wondering, like I was really wondering, did it carry over, or are we gonna have any developer commentary for this level? But yeah, looks like we're good. 2 out of 5. Oh, 1 out of 5. Half-Life mural. Hold on. I want to make sure that we don't get any more dialogue before.
Wait, that one's Black Mesa.
Somebody spent a lot of time on this.
Okay, that's why I thought they were going to say something.
There are 2 layers to the markings on the walls in this area. The square and dot patterns, that are the functional elements of the environmental puzzle, and the mural representing the Vortigaunt's interpretation of the events of the Half-Life saga. For the first few years of development, this area only contained the dot patterns supporting the perspective puzzle. But as we fleshed out the rest of the level, we found that playtesters responded especially positively to the Vortigaunt's wall markings leading up to the hideout. It was at this point that we realized that this area could serve as a canvas for our Vortigaunt's artistic magnum opus. To do this, we organized the dot patterns into a sort of swirling star field behind the Vortigaunt's art. The imagery itself, which was inspired by petroglyphs and other traditional rock art, portrays many significant events from the Combine invasion, painted hurriedly by the injured Vortigaunt, almost as if he was trying to capture what fleeting memories he still had of the vortessence from which he had been severed. The fact that Vortigaunts have a complicated relationship with time gave us a lot of leeway in terms of drawing this as a strict, linear timeline. For example, you may notice that the Vortigaunt uses contemporary Combine troops as shorthand for Combine invasions from the past, or that the timeline is just generally hazy. A little from the past, little from the present, and a little looking forward to the future events of Half-Life 2.
And looking further ahead to Half-Life 3. That's right. We've announced it in a developer commentary. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Anyway, that's the solution to the puzzle right there. So let's see what we got to say about musical motifs.
There are many musical themes and motifs used throughout the game to represent unspoken aspects of the story and lore. For example, the Vortigaunts play an integral role in the subplot of the game, and we chose to use music to subconsciously communicate the repeating nature of their role both in the timeline of Half-Life Alyx and in the larger timeline of the Half-Life saga. Within the music in this scene, you'll hear variations of themes used throughout the timeline of the game, from the very first sounds of the game up to the finale in the vault. Variations of these motifs represent the imprisoned chanting of the Vortigaunts,
Oh, they're playing it.
the extraction of their energy to confine the G-Man, as well as historically familiar sounds representing the vortessence itself.
Cool. We got some N64 graphics going on here, so... Oh, there we go. That's nice and meaty. Very good. Okay, yeah, see, it's, I don't know, I just really don't like how the game decides if it wants to, reduce my quality or not. I really need to look into seeing if that can be changed. Oh, is there any... Don't think there's any more resin over here. We're good to go. You sure? Oh, that's a red one. That's definitely a red one. Right as I was about to leave. Okay. There we go. We got more wall paintings going on. Now they look slightly better. Until the game decides it doesn't want them to be looking any good. Pick this up. Oh yeah, it's gonna smash someone's head over with a brick.
Alyx, you alright? What's wrong?
I'm fine, Russell. What's up?
I'm losing your signal. Alyx? Alyx, if you can still hear me, keep heading in the same direction and try to get above ground.
Russell? Russell? Crap.
There's like a there's a resin over here. Is it up here? I bet it's up here. Oh, I never noticed that before. Oh, that's creepy. Oh, that's creepy. Look at that. Oh, I guess you could see that normally. I just don't know who would really look up there. Is that supposed to be the G-Man? Aha! Look at that. Now that is a well-hidden piece of resin. Hidden by the mod. So, I'm impressed by that one. I am really impressed. I knew it was up there too, I just had to finagle my way up there. Oh, don't tell me there's one up there, too. Oh, there it is. Had to stand on my tippy toes to get that one. Because it won't let me jump on this for some reason. So I guess the combat, the combat is a bit further along than I thought it would be. Oh, I think this is a loading zone. So those were the only two of the level. Oh wait, never mind. I was thinking of somewhere else. I think we're good so far. This place still looks really cool, though.
Whoa. This is weird.
Alyx reactions. Great, now I'm saying Alyx just like Russell is.
During our earliest attempts to raid Alyx, our instinct was to have her react to absolutely everything. But what we learned from playtesting was that Alyx reacting too much could actually be off-putting. Say a player is in a really tense, zombie-filled level, and they're having a great time, but suddenly Alyx is in their head, sounding angry, or frightened, or anxious. These Alyx reactions were creating a disconnect between how the player was feeling and how the character they were role-playing as was feeling. So we took a lot of those out. The Alyx reactions we left in tended to be the ones that were practically universal. Alyx's reaction here to the surreal entrance to the Vort hideout is a good example, where it was just so different from everything the player had seen up until then and kind of takes you by surprise. We watched so many playtests where the player would see it and say, "Whoa, that's weird." So we had Alyx say the same thing a second later, almost like an echo.
Plus, they probably didn't want to overpower people who were doing commentaries of the game, like idiots like me.
Oh,
The Alyx fans. You received my messages.
I did?
Come. Enter.
Okay. Thanks.
You are
So, what's a Vortigaunt doing here?
cooking.
Right, but I mean, in general.
I have a brain injury.
Oh, I'm sorry
My
to...
brain is injured.
That's terrible, and I hope... Look, I'm actually pretty busy looking for my father.
The
Eli
Eli
Vance.
fans. Yes.
The Combine have him, and I really do need to get moving.
The Combine. Yes. Do not go yet. I must show you something.
Look, I appreciate...
This way.
I can't stick around.
It is important.
I know, I'm sure it is.
The Alyx fans must go this way anyway.
Okay.
Oh.
I love the exaggerated expressions that he has. Can we get a little bit of a non-talking? So, no, I want to listen to this.
For as long as we've been making choreographed scenes like this one, we found that there are two types of players. Those who become engrossed with the characters, and those who tinker with everything around them,
What?
paying little attention to the scene's action. To make these environments entertaining for the tinkerers, we usually add objects for them to find and play with. Since this scene is split into two rooms, we were able to add a large number of interactions to this first room for players to discover after the Vortigaunt has moved to the second room. Some interactive objects are pure physically driven toys, like the dangling headcrab corpses and the hanging pans. Others are animations triggered by the player's actions, like the way the caged headcrabs react to the player approaching or shooting them. One type of object on the table is a squeezable headcrab heart, which is a remnant from an older version of this scene where the player would revive a wounded Vortigaunt by squeezing nectar from these hearts. While that scene didn't work out, we found the experience too compelling and, well, too gross to completely cut from the game.
Well, I didn't know about all this stuff, so I didn't know that you could scare these guys in the cage, and I didn't know that you could grab this heart and squeeze it. Which I'm thinking, I wonder if I got the achievement. I wonder if this just gave me an achievement. I wonder if squeezing this heart actually gives me that achievement. Because here I thought this entire time that you could grab head crabs and like squeeze their hearts to kill them. Now I'm thinking it probably just means that. I don't think there are any resin in here, so we're good to go. So let's go and listen to him before we listen to the DevCom.
The Combine and other kin. the Eli family. The Alyx family will free them.
I would help. I really would, but the Alyx Vance is honestly very busy saving her dad.
You will not save him. He is dead.
What?
Or he will be.
Is or will be?
It is a matter of perspective. But Alyx Vance alone cannot prevent his fate.
Look, thank you for everything, but I really have to go. And I'm sorry, but I really don't have time for riddles.
No riddles. The Combine drilled here. I am severed from the vortessence. I am alone in my head.
I'm sorry. Look, if I can, if I run across your friends, I will see what I can do.
You have saved my kin.
I haven't.
Then you will. Courage, Alyx Vance.
Alright, I think he's just... Alright, I don't think he's gonna say anything more important. He's already said his piece. 5 out of 5.
Through
The
there!
fundamental challenge of any choreographed dramatic scene like this one is making sure that we entertain the player without undermining the delivery of critical gameplay information. In this case, the player needed to leave this scene with the knowledge that the Vortigaunts have been imprisoned and that the player should seek the Northern Star. This particular scene went through many different variations during development, from a cooking scene with an extremely traumatized Vortigaunt to this humorous version. We even experimented with an interaction where the player was required to squeeze the nectar of several headcrab hearts into the Vortigaunt's mouth to revive him. While this was a memorable and novel VR interaction that ensured the player was engaged with the scene, the interactivity on the player's part often resulted in playtesters remembering the actions they took, but not the critical gameplay information. Eventually, we ended up with this more humorous scene, which struck an effective balance between entertainment and goal delivery. Importantly, we also distributed the scene across 2 separate rooms, breaking the information delivery into 2 steps. The first room where the player meets and learns about the state of the Vortigaunt, and the second room where the player is given their new goal. Separating these physically into rooms seemed to help players more reliably retain the critical information delivered in the second room. While this scene did undergo a lot of changes, one story beat remained virtually unchanged from the very first roughed-in version.
Why?
The moment the Vortigaunt tosses a headcrab carcass down to the player and yells, "Sustenance!" Right from the start, this moment always got a great reaction from playtesters and remained all the way to the final
eat it
product.
Thanks for the help.
You will be welcome.
Well, I didn't know he was going to start talking so soon. I don't know what triggered him to do that, but he just told us to look to the Northern Star, and he basically threw down this head crab and said sustenance. That's about the same time that the developer commentary did. Oh my god, what the hell is that? What is going on? Listen, buddy, maybe you need this more than I do. I couldn't even throw that. He's gone. Can't throw that very far, can I? So we missed out on him saying, oh my god, there it is again. It's so weird. Oh man, I don't know if it's supposed to be doing that. No, that's definitely not something that's supposed to happen. So yeah, we missed out on him saying look to the Northern Star and throwing that thing down, the head crab, and saying substance. Don't know why it triggered that early. Oh, I hear aha. There we go. Last resident of the chapter, okay. Ooh. Yeah, probably, well, I mentioned I should probably have seen a playthrough of this before watching the developer commentary, because they do spoilers, and it is very, and it does get in the way of dialogue, so, I mean, I'll try my best. I'll try my best to keep that from happening, but, you know, as we can see, sometimes that might happen. Is or will be. Okay, let's go ahead and, well, we can go ahead and keep going.